What'd you say?
Blue. Let's go. Okay.
One word, women, still confuses me. Yep.
Tic Tac could kill you at 1,000 miles an hour, but don't you? They stuck the tip in and they backed down and said, I'm done. My family, we are a Toyota family. He knows what I'm
Did his
talking about.
helicopter have a black box?
We back in the action. We're just running with me and Pate today.
The OGs.
When's the last time we done one with me and you? Let's look. It's a month?
Like 4 or 5 episodes.
Episode 28 was the last time. Is that right?
I guess so.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, over a month ago. We'll probably run like a 30, 45 minute episode today. Shit, I had something to talk about right and stuff. Oh, how you feeling? You getting a little sick on me?
Yeah, something's going on. My body's fighting something.
It's been going around here recently. A lot of pollen and then heat, and then it's been humid as fuck out recently, dude.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just allergies.
Yeah, I hope so. I didn't tell you this Murph that I did this morning. I figured out what the S&Q setting is on that camera. It's fucking slow-mo. Yeah. I didn't get a video filmed today.
So it's all slow-mo?
Dude, no, it was like 3 minutes of slow-mo. And then like the camera would overheat. Then
It's probably why I was overheating, because it has to work harder to do slow-mo.
Yeah. So it's like you can like take photos, then you can do like filming, and then you can do S&P. And the S&P is like slow motion or S&Q.
That kind of makes feel SM?
It's S&Q, I think, whatever that setting is. But I was wondering, I was like, what the fuck is going on with this thing? Like,
Dang.
so I come in and, get all my other stuff done and sit down. I'm like, yeah, let's do a little editing, get it done early and sit down. And I'm fucking just walking in slow motion like I'm on the moon. And I'm like, yo. Yeah. There was so much going on in this Murph today. So I think today was day 18. I started at like 11 o'clock. I was feeling good. I'm like, all right, we're going to run this one for time. So get back from the run. Said, all right, feeling good. Do my first, pull-up, push-ups, squats, and I hear, hey. I hear it, but I'm not looking. I know it's the neighbor. Hey. I'm like, oh, God, it's just old lady, which, nice lady. Hey. I'm like, oh, God. So I turn around. She's waddling over and opening up her gate, just coming across the lawn. I'm like, oh my God. I said, do you not see me? Like, I'm in the middle. Like, it's 90 degrees out at this time. I have my weighted vest on. I just got back from I'm just sitting there dripping in sweat. And she just wanted to talk to me about how the trees fell in her backyard and her niece wants to buy her a car. She's like, is it for sale? I'm like, I don't know. I think he's still sleeping. Oh, that's okay. Do you know how much you'd want to sell it for? No, I don't. No, not really. Well, yeah, my nephew, he's got a tree almost falling on his house that just keeps leaning whenever the wind blows. I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. And she's like, yeah, but the deer in the back, the fawns, they just keep hanging out back there, and they just always see them back there. I'm like, all right. Oh, then my back, I got a shot, and she leans over like 3 times with her hands on her knees like she's about to pass out, and she's like, my back is just hurting so bad, and I got a shot in there. It's supposed to make me feel better, but whew. All right, yeah, ma'am. I'm just like, man, if you ever need help, just, I'm right next door. Just not fucking right now while I'm in the middle of my workout, please. All right. Well, I guess I better let you go. I was like, yeah, you probably should. Right next door if you need me. Just not right now. She's, any other time of the day it would have been a great conversation, but so it messed me up for like the entire Murph because I was walking my second mile. I was thinking, I was like, that whole time I sat there for like 15 minutes, my heart rate was probably around like 160. But then I'm just still. So like everything's tightening back up in my body, but my heart rate's high. So it's like you're still working out for an
Yeah.
extra 10, 15 minutes while you're not. So like the pace I had coming back from the run, going into the workout, completely gone. My whole mindset was like, what, like,
Bro, there was a lot going on.
yeah.
Dude, you call me and you're like, dude, can you please bring me a water? I was like, yeah. But it was like right when I was about to like hop in the shower.
Yeah.
Like the water was running. And like I was naked. I just took off my underwear. I was naked. I was about to hop in, open it. I hear my phone ring, look down. It's Dell. I'm like, I should probably answer
His
this.
dog probably passed out in the backyard.
Like what happened, bro? Like, did he get hit by a car or some shit doing his fucking Murph? And then he needs water. I go out there, bring him water. He's like, can you change the battery of the camera? It fucking died. I'm like, that's weird. Everything's basically brand new.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And then, and then I come back and take a shower, and then you tell me all of that. And then Sam somehow either drags shit in the house or shit in the floor.
I
Like that
don't-
much.
And then just to come in and sit down an hour later, go edit, and then I'm fucking like slow motion walking. I'm like, oh my.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So tomorrow's gonna be day 19 and a recap of 18. So I was so far ahead of schedule though on my Murph. So what I did, I just took I timed me and this lady's conversation. And I just minus that from my total time working, even though the Murph would have been easier if I just didn't have that conversation. So I minus that out, and I still did it in 39 minutes, which is 1 minute, 30 seconds a minute, better than like 4 or 5 days ago. So I just took my total time minus like 15 minutes, whatever the conversation was. So, but I was so far ahead that on my way back, I walked half, the last half mile on the way back, I walked half of it and
Yeah.
still did it in 39 minutes. So I was frustrated because I wish I could have ran through it completely, but it's okay. I mean, everything happens for a reason, but at least that old lady knows that she can just come on over anytime. And she's like, oh, Sam, I bet he's in good shape. I said, ma'am, he's laying down and that's about all he does is just lay right there and watch me. You don't do much. So, yeah, it was an eventful one, but yeah, it was
That's funny.
yeah, it was a good time.
You should have just thrown out a number. 50K.
Yeah, I probably should have. She probably been like, okay, I'll go tell her. She'll probably like it. And I don't know.
If they offer me 50K, I'd give it to them.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I don't know what the backing of, like, she's like, it's white and they just really like white cars. I'm like, okay, like, I don't know.
It's a pretty car.
Yeah. I was like, cool. I'll let them know, but I feel like next time I see her, she's going to come over and ask me if you said anything yet. I'd be like, yeah, not yet. He's still sleeping. he hasn't woke up. He hasn't woke up from 3 days ago, man. I don't know. I don't check out.
Bro, yesterday killed me.
Oh, you had that move, yeah?
Yeah, well, I only slept like 4 or 5 hours to start
Oh.
off because my
Welcome.
sleep schedule was so messed up.
Welcome.
And woke up at 6, 8, went straight to that 8-hour move, and like it was so hot. And then in that guy's house,
Yeah.
it was so
Was that dusty, too?
dusty, and it smelled like old man. And it's just him living there, so it wasn't like too much stuff. It was just
Still an 8-hour move, though.
yeah, he had like 2 big armoires.
Oh, yeah.
Like one was like 8 foot tall, and weighed at least 500-600 pounds because it was full of clothes.
Did Evan go on it with you?
No, it was just me and Casey, and the whole time you're moving it, you're trying to breathe and you can't because there's dust in your face and
Oh, yeah.
it smells like old
allergies.
man. And my allergies were completely fine before that move.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're sweating, so all the dust is just sticking to you, and it just makes it worse. Then you're like throwing blankets around to cover stuff up, and it's just more stuff in your face. Oh my gosh.
Reloading a U-Haul or the rig?
The rig.
There's zero ventilation in that trailer. It's just
Yeah.
a big tin can that you just load up.
Yeah, and you just start cooking inside. And then where we
Yeah.
loaded it or unloaded at is in Russellville, like in town,
Mm-hmm.
downtown. So it's like super tight, close knit neighborhood, and no driveway for them. And we park on the side of the road, but we're 30, 40 yards away from the front door.
Oh yeah, that's a walk.
The house right next to him was getting their roof redone, so there was a bunch of Mexicans parked down the road. So
Yeah.
we had to park super far away and haul all that stuff over. And then he had like, I don't know, like 50, 60 boxes. Casey would dolly all the boxes to the house, and then I'd run them all upstairs.
That dolly works way easier.
Yeah, but it was still, I mean, he was in the heat. I wasn't in the sun, so I mean,
Oh,
there's-
so you just waited on him?
well, like he'd bring in, 5, 10 boxes, whatever, somewhere in there, and I'd run up 2 or 3 at a time,
Yeah.
and then he'd come back,
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
and then yeah, but the stairs were, I think I ran up like 60 flights of stairs.
Yeah, it's like you're a homemade stairmaster, bro.
Yeah, I did not do any cardio yesterday because it was like I kind of did it.
Yeah. I texted Brandon. He said cheat meal is fine. He said your body probably needs it. I'm like, yeah, probably. I woke up lighter this morning,
Yeah,
which is weird that how like when you eat like high carb day with healthy food that your body doesn't react the same and when you just throw like junk in it.
yeah,
But I think it's refilling all your glycogen and all your sugars and fats and stuff.
yeah. There's just certain things that you won't find in healthy food. That
Yeah.
just like
Like processed shit.
yeah, the processed stuff, and then like if you're just adding more rice, you're not getting the extra benefits of whatever's in like a hamburger,
Right, yeah.
the
yeah.
cheese, the sauces,
Yeah, all I had was a few burgers and had some donuts and strawberry milk and a couple little snackies.
Yeah, the donuts, bro. Like you're not getting all that shit.
I almost threw up. I almost ate too much, but I was like looking at the last donut. I'm like, oh, I can't let it go to waste.
Dude, somehow my appetite's like increased since like I like got with Brandon.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah, I'm taking a thermogenic that decreases your appetite, so I'm not really too hungry.
Well, like the trip I went on with my family, it was like I was a bottomless pit. Like I ate enough food to where I was like I should be full, but I could eat more.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like I'm hungry as much as on my plate. Like if I have a full plate, that's how hungry I am. It's
No, it was like a full plate. I ate all that, and I was like, damn, that was a lot of food. What else I got laying around here?
yeah, that's what I was when I was a little kid. They used to just, his dad was always like, gotta eat more, gotta get big, gotta drink your milk, gotta
Oh,
get big.
that's all I heard, bro.
Yeah, and then I just kept eating, bro. And dad was like, man, you fat motherfucker, dude. I'm like, dude,
It's your fault, bro.
He's like, what do you want me to do, man?
The grandparents were worse.
Yeah, I know.
Because what my parents would do is like, they'd feed us, and then if they were going out somewhere or doing something, they'd feed us, drop us off out at our grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
We get there.
They love that stuff, man.
We'll start cooking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we just ate. No, it's okay. By the time I'm done.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? Let's order a pizza.
Yeah. Oh,
And it's like,
Pizza
dude, I have
Tuesday.
to eat pizza now. And then my parents show up and they're like, did y'all eat? We're like, yeah. Well, we're going to pick some food up. You want something?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah. Duh. Dude, we had Pizza Tuesday. They ran deals every Tuesday on pizzas. And I used to get yelled at because I would just put like the whole plate filled with ranch, and I would use like 1/3 of it. And my dad was like, "You're wasting money."
Did you at least use most of the ranch?
No,
No.
I know, dude. I would put like
You
half
just had
the
a pool
bottom.
of ranch.
I just wasn't good at like, for 5 pieces of pizza, how much ranch am I gonna use? And like I would put like a lot for one last piece, and mom would do the dishes or dad would, and like all the ranch would just be still on my plate, and dad would get so upset. Which I get it,
No, yeah, I understand that.
Dude, my brother used to freak out on me too. I guess like when I would like I would eat with my mouth open every once in a while, I'd just be chewing too loud, and my brother would always get so upset at me.
Dude, you know who chews so loud?
Who?
Connor.
Yeah, yeah. Connor's probably the only person that wouldn't upset me. Like because I would expect that. Like Connor would be like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I hate it too. Like ever since my brother used to get on me as I got older, I hate it. It's just
Well, yeah, because your whole life you're like, you can't do that. So now you're like,
yeah,
no one can do that.
it fucking
No, Connor doesn't. I just start doing it back. He's just like,
yeah,
and I look at him and I start doing it too.
yeah. It gets on my nerves. Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
What you think about all this bombing stuff going on?
It's crazy.
It's been intense.
It's lit.
Well, yeah, literally.
Literally.
Yeah, not figuratively, but
Nah, dude, seeing all the videos on like Instagram
Dude.
and Twitter is crazy.
I'm about to enlist right now because all the stuff that's going on Instagram is wild. I don't know, but I guess it's like the first time that we were been old enough to fully understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, or to at least be able to comprehend.
Even then, I don't really know what's going on.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like comprehend like how serious
Oh, yeah.
this is, you know.
Yeah.
Like
What's going on in the world. Like, we're finally old enough to realize.
like understand how bad this could go.
Yeah.
Still could go wrong, you know. But I don't know. I've been very impressed with our leadership recently. Like the past couple of days, I've been very proud to be on this side of the pond. You know, I mean, currently there's no better place to be for safety and protection. Even though, you know, a lot of the issues is. They were saying there was some Iran had some bomb mats or something like that made it into the country that we haven't been able to track. There's some in Mexico and then some that made it in the country. Something crazy like that. But yeah, well, it's going to be a curious time to see what the future holds. That is for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the internet's like going crazy with all these memes of these airplanes and shit.
Yeah.
It's
It's a wild time.
Yeah. Whether you hate him or you love him, thank God for Trump being president at this time. Because I just think 6 months ago it could have been Biden or whoever was running the show back then, you know, Camel Toe Harris or whoever it was. Just imagine that being your leadership while there's a nuclear war going on, potentially. You know, it's, yeah. So.
Yeah, how big of a difference it'd be? It'd be insane.
Yeah, that makes me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the change in leadership would be a difference in like just they try and throw money at it.
Yeah,
if
but
there's a war, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
And then in the long run, it would just make it worse because they have financial backing now because we're trying to throw money at it to create peace. But
well, that's supposedly what Obama's done for years. When he would just be giving them money for them to stop their research of nuclear weapons. Which obviously that's not gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you know. I was just thinking that like everybody should really like worry about, I guess, being mentally and physically sharper. Like you have people over there that are serving every day for your freedom and just for you to waste it at home. That's what I've been thinking about past couple of days. I think it does make sense how people can like see like live basically with the internet now. You can see literally a bomb dropping on anywhere in the world and see it and understand that people are going through that for your protection, just for you to sit on the couch every day, like, and not feel bad that you're wasting that kind of potential, you know.
Or even just bad mouthing the U.S., like the country you live in.
Yeah, it's just
that's what blows my mind. There's literally millions of people trying to break their way into the country, and you're complaining about it.
Yeah. I mean, with this, you usually, you know, you don't hear too many of the blue-haired folks getting out of line too much anymore or taking over the media because it doesn't seem to be of importance anymore, which is nice to see. But just to be given the opportunity to have the freedom to become somebody or something and just waste it by complaining blows my mind. And then just to be able to see it daily of what other people are doing, for you to be able to just wake up, in a comfortable house every day, blows my mind. But I don't know. The world's a crazy place.
Yep.
Good thing we don't live in a big city, though.
Yeah.
That's the scary
That's
part.
what I was thinking about the other day.
Big cities. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a weird time, but then maybe aliens are gonna be here soon. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we start shooting off the nukes, and aliens are like,
What if they just like catch them all in the air and just like nope, nope, nope,
They just disappear.
Yeah.
Like you're watching the
Yeah.
radar. Beep.
and they
You
just
see it
go away.
moving. Beep.
Yeah,
Beep. And it's gone. That'd be kind of tough.
it would be, and they come down and be like, "Yo, guys, hey, chill out."
The thing about the aliens that like pisses me off is like, if they're really out there, why don't they just come out?
I don't know. I mean,
Like we start communicating and trying to translate, or they figure out what we're saying and translate it themselves. Like, why can't we just like come together with the aliens?
yeah, but if they like we were watching a species grow, we wouldn't really intervene.
Yes and no.
Yeah, or it's all a simulation
Like,
and it's just all a game.
well, like those super enclosed tribes in like third world countries, we try to intervene.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say aliens have intervened.
But to us, that's like it's like a similar comparison, because they have consciousness and then like are able to innovate and communicate with each other versus an animal. Like we, other than like a select few species, we can't communicate with them and talk to them. You know what I mean? Like we can talk to a dog,
Yeah, but
and it can somewhat do what we say. Versus they could talk to us, and we could have a conversation.
yeah, but I think the gap is the same as like us to an ape versus them to us.
Yeah, but
I mean, I think they have been in contact with us, just not the common person. Because what benefit does that have? Also, if you have, that the aliens or whatever are controlling everything, or that they are the greater power that essentially is running everything, but then what's the sense of government? Because there's a higher power at that, So all your, like, supposedly there's like a whole group of people that wrote out the pros and cons of releasing to the public about everything that they know about aliens, like what's the pros and cons of it. And the two main things is government and religion would go away. And those are two things that hold everybody together, essentially, is believing in a higher power, even though that you may physically not see it or know it, and then following the laws of the country that you're in. I mean, if you knew that aliens were running the world, essentially, neither of those two things would mean anything.
yeah, that makes sense.
Right? So, which,
But-
I mean,
But
whether
then
it's...
why release all those documents and footages of aliens?
Yeah, but they were releasing, like, the worst ones.
Yeah,
Like, they're slowly...
but they're still releasing them.
Yeah, but it's still... Some of it's conspiracy theory that it's not real. Like, how is there not a 4K video of aliens yet? Like, but then they'll be like, oh, we've been test flying, alien crafts, or at Area 51 for, like, they test fly them, I don't know. But, like, I think I said in a video yesterday, the Raptor plane, they they've been secretly test flying the replacement of that for 5 years now. You know, so it's like what you think you know about the government is only what they want public knowledge. Because as soon as, like, you know,
Yeah,
America,
100%.
we know it, the whole world knows it, right? Like the B-2 bomber, you know of it, but they don't let you know everything about it. Like versus half the other stuff, if you publicly know about it, there's stuff that's 10, 20 years ahead of that they're just saving for, you know, later on. So I think they have a lot more knowledge of what the future looks like than everybody, you know, because I mean that makes sense too. I mean, I would probably do it the same way. You know, if you knew what the next 10 years looks like, I wouldn't release it all at once because then everybody knows about it. You know, it'd be best if the whole world was just all on the same page and everybody just threw as much as they knew about it and not worried about power. That would be the best thing, which may be essentially what we get to with AI and everything else.
I think that's how it would be.
Is that like everybody's on the same server essentially, where, you know, you just all move together as one.
Well, yeah, it's like everybody's thoughts and opinions merge together.
Yeah.
About things.
Yeah.
About, like, you know, like ways to innovate versus like not their opinions on whether you can transition or something stupid.
Yeah, like we all live on one Earth versus one country versus others.
Yeah, like if it was just the whole planet Earth innovating to become better.
You know how quick we'd actually get to the moon if everybody was just like together. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, why doesn't everybody just get along? Like, why does it?
Well, yeah, like if everything we did was for the human race instead of ourselves,
Yeah,
how far advanced we'd be.
yeah, yeah. I've never really understood
like
that.
the cure for cancer, like how those people
Yeah,
disappear, you know, or the guys that like
Or water cars.
made water cars, and they disappeared. Like
Yeah.
imagine how much more energy and all kinds of like useful stuff would be out there, just technology wise.
How much easier life would be. But that's another thing. Like a lot of those answers are already created and being worked on. It's just they're not.
Exactly.
You know, because it's all like, once again, it all goes back to money. Like all that revenue would be lost if you had the cure of cancer, if you had hydrogen cars, everything like that. All that revenue would just be lost. You know, I don't know. It is weird thoughts, but I think like I've been talking about this a lot recently. Like when our parents were growing up, they could like look 10 years down the road and kind of like pretty much know what the world's gonna look like. We're at an age group,
or even 5 years.
yeah, and be like, this is what 5 years is gonna look like. Like, oh, you know, nothing's really changed that much. You know, maybe a new TV will be out or a phone will be out, but with us, 5 years from now, like with AI, like even since January this year to halfway through 2025, the changing of AI has been drastically different.
Yeah.
You know, 5 years from now, you can't even imagine, like this new drone, or not drone, the new plane that they released to the public that they've been testing for over 5 years now, and they call it like the A-47. Because they call it the 47th because Trump's 47th president. That's when they're releasing it, is during Trump's term. But this plane is going to be able to be on solo missions, as well as AI driven, to have a army of drones around it, up to however many you want.
Dang.
So you're going to have a plane with drones surrounding
Following
it.
it, yeah.
20, 30, whatever you want. So, and then AI is going to be incorporated all that. So there's like a direct mission for everything. Like fucking 5 years ago, you could have never planned that, you know, but like AI is just like where, you know, like here it is, then it gets 2 times better, and then 2 times better again, but in half the time. And it's slowly getting better faster to where, you know, 5 years from now, it's
Unimaginable.
yeah. Which is kind of, you know, I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, you should really just focus on...
Makes life more interesting.
Yeah, like, it's kind of nice not having that or I'll be like 100% dedicated on like what that 10-year plan looks like in 10 years. Like, am I going to have made it or whatnot, like.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. Like, with our generation, all the people getting jobs or graduating school, it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever they just went to school for, can they even, will that be a career in 10 years?
Like truck drivers, that's probably going to be the first. Like driving is probably going to be one of the first things that's taken out.
Yeah.
Like even like you go to Dallas, Texas, like you listen to Joe Rogan talk about it. All these taxis are just driven by themselves now.
Yeah.
Teslas. As soon as a Tesla leaves the plant from being fully produced, it drives itself down the road and parks itself in a parking spot in a lot, never driven by a human. Like it's already getting there, so
Just think about when the semi trucks get that way.
that's what I'm saying. And their argument's always going to be, well, it's safer, and you really can't prove that wrong. So yeah, I don't know.
Even if it's not safer, it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's more manageable, that's for sure. So it's gonna, I don't know, it's gonna be a weird time.
Yeah. Just imagine all the semi truck drivers on the road right now. No use for them. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be different jobs that open up, but I don't know how many. I mean,
Yeah, but that are like that they can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, what are they qualified to do?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get your CDL, not even have a high school diploma. I'm pretty sure. Like, all you need is that piece of paper saying you can drive a semi.
But like one day, all the factories are gonna be robot or AI.
Yeah,
Other than
most
the
of your
techs.
most of your automotive places are, and
Yeah.
then all you're gonna have is basically like you said, your techs to fix the machines.
Like even right now, like in Magna, most of it's done by robots.
Mm-hmm.
Like you put the parts in there and you press a button and it welds it all together and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The thing that confuses me the most is like, why don't they just have the? I guess it's like a efficiency thing. Like why the robots aren't doing more. It's got to be an efficiency thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just not good enough yet.
Yeah, but eventually they will.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at, I think 2020, Elon had his first robot that he produced, and he just released another one here a couple of weeks ago. And it was doing a bunch of dances and shit. And 5 years ago, it could barely walk.
Yeah.
Like that's just the progression of it.
I think in 10 years we'll have like robot butlers.
Yeah,
It'll be like,
it's gonna be weird.
What's
like,
that movie with Will Smith? iRobot.
Yeah,
I think the cars would be that way too.
yeah,
Where you get in, you say where you want to go, and then it starts driving at 300 miles an hour. And
Yeah.
weaves in between other cars because they know that car's there.
that's unfortunate for the people that like. I love driving.
Oh, they'll have tracks for you.
I know, but it's crazy that you can't just go drive on the road.
There'll be a few roads. Somebody will own the roads or whatever.
Yeah, like
Like
they'll own like
big
100-acre
forest.
plot that
Yeah.
you can just drive.
You can drive through and be like, oh, that's pretty. That's cool. This is fun.
So it could be lit because all you get to buy at that point is like a performance car.
Yeah.
And just
That's all you would need to buy.
yeah, yeah. So basically, if you need a car, you should start buying them now.
I mean, that or like, then you could just buy the cool car that you want
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then start buying land.
Yeah, and then make your own tracks.
And then make your own track and then charge people to drive on there.
Yeah, that would be a thing too.
Yeah, that's a route one day.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think we should start buying up land now.
That's a crazy thought.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, who else is planning that fucking 10 years before?
Yeah, I bet there's some people out there,
Yeah.
or some people that just already had the land.
Yeah, they're waiting.
Yeah, Dude, I think authenticity is gonna be the biggest thing that holds on through this whole thing. Like real people videos and like comedy and stuff like that, or shows of like
Oh, yeah,
real people.
entertainment's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, well, I think most movies are going to be switched to AI. They're just going to be using the people's voices once it gets good enough.
They'll have to get really good.
But yeah, like your podcast and stuff like that. Hopefully that stays intact.
Yeah, well, there's certain things that, a robot just can't come up with creatively.
Yeah. Well,
Like
just
that.
knowing that a human thought of this, I think it's gonna be more valuable than
Yeah.
knowing like a joke. Like I think a joke from a human's gonna be a lot more, I guess, funnier. You know, that's not a word, but
Yeah. Well,
more
I just
enjoyable.
think that the AI will have a hard time creating something that a human could think of that would be funny
Yeah.
or like someone could relate to, or like all the every time I'm using any words to communicate with anybody, it's either to get information across, which is what AI would be really good at, or it's to get a reaction out of somebody. Like if me and you were joking around,
Right.
I'm saying certain things that I know will get a reaction out of you.
Yeah.
I don't think AI will be able to do that for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
long time.
So they start putting chips in your brain, and then the chips will understand what your thought process is and what you really think.
Yeah, I guess so. You still don't want to get the chip?
I'm not gonna be the first in line. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be like you're gonna be like the outlaw if you don't have it. Like you're
One
gonna
day,
be,
yeah, it's gonna be like, you don't have a chip.
yeah. It's gonna be like,
It's like not having a smartphone now.
right. But it's gonna be weird because the people who don't have smartphones are generally the most happiest. Like the most okay with everything.
Grounded and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
But
know.
they're also like, I don't know. But think about how much more connected you'll be.
Yeah, but is that always a good thing?
Yeah.
Based on perspective, though, right?
Yeah, it's perspective, but
Right.
I think it will be a good thing.
Like, what about being connected to the earth or connected to God? That's all a connection you need. Instead of being connected to every other human.
Yeah, but if aliens are real, none of that matters.
Yeah, but we may not know that. It almost may be better not to know that, you know?
I think it's better not to know.
I think that's the main reason they don't release that stuff, because it's probably better not to know. It's better to believe in a higher power that you don't see.
Yeah.
You know, going through shitty times is definitely better that way. Believing that everything happens for a reason, or that there's a plan, or well, a lot of times your most growth is through your hardest times too. You know, so also just believing in stuff that you really don't know the answer to, like blind faith, is usually a good way to get through that kind of stuff. Versus, oh, it's a simulation. Let me just restart this shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough conversation.
No, it's a fun one because we don't know any answers.
Yeah, like none of it's applicable right now.
Yeah, and we're both 23 and we're the furthest people away to understand that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. What I'd recommend is just, I'm going to try to focus on day by day.
I just want a chip.
Like in your brain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you know how cool it'd be? Just because I like technology. Like, that's the
Yeah.
only reason.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I'm sitting here and I just wrote like a 50-page essay.
Or like you can just control your, like, by your eyes, you can click on stuff,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
And then one day when there's like the contact lenses,
Mhm.
dude, that'd be so tough.
Yeah.
With like the augmented reality.
Wonder what school's going to be like then. Because, like, school, you can just look up all the answers.
I don't think so. I think they'll have like ways to stop it or implement
Yeah,
it.
but
to where
what's
you
the
can't do
reason?
that.
Why would you? If you're like, that's another thing I don't understand. Like, if,
Like the calculator thing.
yeah, or like you can't talk to your friends to get the answers. Like your entire life, you work together to build something,
Yeah.
But I understand like critical thinking, like figuring it out yourself. That's cool. But like if you're just gonna like use it your entire life outside of school, why would you turn it off for school? And maybe brain development, but even then you're developing already with that in your mind, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, to a certain degree, they do allow us to use certain things, and so you know how to use them.
Yeah, I mean, school's really good at just making good 9-to-5 workers.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically.
Like that's what, show up at this time, you go to lunch at this time, turn in your homework by this date, do your job, learn this task, finish the task, you're back tomorrow. Oh, and then you get the weekends off.
That's
Do it
why I've
again.
always been so confused about school. Like past 5th or 6th grade,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we go into like more specific learning?
Yeah, or China, they'll just put you in like whatever you're.
Yeah,
Like,
what
whatever.
you're good at,
Yeah, like if
or
you're
what you're interested.
really good at this thing, you go only in that path,
Exactly.
which makes sense,
Like it should be more specific to like or catered to what you are into.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like, I don't need to know what happened in fucking 1629 and who is king.
Yeah.
And have to write an essay on this or read a poem from Edgar Allan Poe and try and figure out what he was saying while he was cracked out on drugs. Like,
And the thing is, what they teach you in school about history is so far away from what actually is being learned and then what actually is going on.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. It's like I said, they're good at making 9 to 5 workers.
Yeah. I mean, even like talking about wars, we don't really know what happened.
No.
And the only like person we know, like, or the only like reviews that we have from it are from the winners.
Right.
They get to make up the stories.
Right. Right. Yeah. The only thing I use from school today in my job is addition, simple subtracting and adding.
A little bit of multiplication every once in a while.
Maybe.
Well, just like
Percentages. I mean, I'll
5
use.
times 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, I just times everything by 2 in my job.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, but even.
Percentages every once in a while.
Yeah, but and then everything outside of that I learned in the workforce, like how to communicate with people, how to understand what people's needs are, needs assessments, talking to people, everything to do with money and planning I've learned from my parents and self-teaching that they don't teach you anything about paying your taxes or learning about money in school. They don't teach you. They teach you how to get in debt and make your payments every month like a good boy would do, but that's about it. That's what college is good for, is getting you set up on a payment plan and go to school for as long as you want, and then your payments start after you go to school.
Just never leave school.
That's right. The craziest is when you start getting Social Security at 62 years old and they got to deduct your money out of that because you still owe college. You still owe money from college. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot in the world that's just it's tough to understand.
Do I remember that right? Bankruptcy doesn't get rid of college debt.
It doesn't. I
Dang.
thought it swiped all of it.
Get rid of. There was something with that.
Maybe not.
I don't. Of course, it's not a simple yes or no. You gotta go. I don't think so. I think that was the one thing that bankruptcy doesn't. You can discharge federal and private student loans. Let's consider that. I don't think so.
So what you're saying is, I could go into like hundreds of thousands of dollars in like credit card debt and like different kind of debts, and like try and start businesses and whatever or whatnot, or just have fun,
Right.
and then declare bankruptcy, and it's like all gone. Or I could go to school to learn how to make $50K a year to pay that off for the rest of my life and never be able to declare bankruptcy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it says you have to be eligible, meet the eligibility requirements for bankruptcy to be wiped out, or your college federal student loan debt to be wiped out during bankruptcy. So it said before you claim bankruptcy, you should make sure you are eligible for the requirements. So there's opportunity for you to That's how messed up this world is. You know, you claim bankruptcy because you don't know how to manage money, and then everything else is wiped. Your credits can be shit.
Yeah.
Everything else is wiped, but you still have student loan debt if you don't meet the requirements. You know, like let's say you make 70 grand a year. It's not terrible money. You know, had filed bankruptcy, just didn't understand on how to pay, you know, your cars or house and whatnot. All that's wiped, but then you still have student loans because you do make enough money to pay your student loans.
Yeah.
You know
Well, yeah,
why?
because you could be in like $600,000 worth of debt from like school, house, car, and whatever else, credit cards or whatever. But each one of those probably counts as different entities. So you're,
Right.
it's like you're $100,000 in debt times 6. Well, you only qualify to get rid of like 3 of them.
Right.
You know.
Right. And I bet student loans is probably one of the last things you qualify to get rid of.
Yeah. You've got to be making like $5K a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be very unimpressive. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's
That'd
weird.
be cool to look into.
Yeah. Well, it's not because neither of you or I went to college. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just another reason to talk shit about college.
Yeah.
Since we didn't go.
Yeah. Well, it'd be another thing that AI is going to be doing is teaching. I think about like your meteorologists, like they're gone whenever AI starts. Like AI probably could do it right now
Yeah.
with how, you know, it's not going to look the best, but hell, they make apes make funny videos. They could just tell you what the weather is for today. You know, like that's not that hard to do. So I don't know, but it's been 46 minutes, so
Yeah, I'm just thinking about all the different jobs.
there's going to be a lot.
Like, it's going to be anything that's super easy to do.
Mhm.
Like,
Any transactional work is going to be
yeah.
done. Yeah.
Like, if you work at a counter, you could be replaced. Most desk jobs can be replaced.
Like all your coding and processing.
Those, like, analysts, accountants, bookkeepers, any of those things. What else?
I mean, there's tons out there.
Everything under counters. A lot of manual work, manual labor. Except for like the super.
Pretty much all your higher ups are going to be there just to manage the robots or whatever the process.
Yeah, if you go to work every day, it's to make sure the robots don't shut down.
But
And then eventually they'll make a robot that
Sam.
fixes that one.
if someone ran through the door right now, buddy, you would do nothing. So stop. Stop it.
And then you'd get robots that would fix those robots. And then you'd have one guy that would just make sure the robot that fixes other robots works.
Yeah, that'd be about it. So, moral of this conversation today is enjoy every day like it's your last. Because it could be.
Could be. Might be next week. Hopefully it's after our trip.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, 19 days. Hopefully, it's after the trip when we get back.
That's what I was telling somebody the other day. They were like, dude, we might get drafted. We might go to war. There might be
Yeah.
nukes going off. I'm like,
Hopefully, it's in like 3 weeks.
you think it's like after July 15th or something? Because I got a trip. It's supposed to be really fun in Florida. She's like, hopefully. I was like, yeah.
Call up Mr. Trump. Hey, bro, before you drop anything, can you wait for like 3 weeks?
Just stand still for like a couple weeks, guys. Come on.
Trying to enjoy this beautiful
Like, I'll
country.
join the war. I'll enlist. Just let me have my fun.
Usually, actually, I don't know. You know how drafts work. I mean, I guess if you're needed right then and there. So you probably got a day or two to pack up your shit and go. It's probably like the Hunger Games. When you get told that you're going to have to go fight in the Hunger Games, you get like 2 days to get ready or a day.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't even care to get enlisted. Like,
no,
if we're in a war and like people are getting enlisted,
I'm okay.
let's go. Let's ride.
Yep.
Let's rock.
My mailbox is open, so
Exactly. Like,
But-
hit me up whenever. But like, Let me go to my trip to Florida.
Let me enjoy the beach one more time.
Like literally, we're like 2 weeks out, bro. Like,
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah. Just hey, calm down, bro. Calm down. That'd be crazy to get the call while we're down there. Be like, all right, let's get after it. So, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yep.
So, thank everybody for still watching, and everybody have a good rest of your day.
Yep. Peace.